Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. This is Success with Srini.
Welcome back to Success with Srini. Happy Tuesday morning to you. On the podcast today, I'm answering a question that has come in to my Facebook page as a message. This question came in nearly about a month ago. And while I was trying to catch up with everything that was going on, I didn't find the time to answer. But today, I have the time. So this is from a mother who is dealing with a teenager son who is lately not being disciplined, not focused on studies. The question is like this. Hi Srini, I was looking for some insight to get my teenager son focused and disciplined. He used to be a smart kid and lately I feel like he's just lazy and would rather lie about everything including studies. So, before I go and answer the question, first of all, let me say this. If you are a teenager, a parent to a teenager, then today's podcast episode is for sure is for you. If you have children who are very, very little, young, and they haven't yet got into the teenage years yet, then this podcast episode is for you because this is a timeline thing. Sooner or later, you are going to become a parent to a teenager. Now, if you have children who are not in this age range at all, so they're not between 1 month or 1 day and 19 years, they're in the college or they graduated college, and if you're thinking that this is all done for you, please don't be in that illusion, because there might be a situation where you have to train your children so that they can train and coach and guide and raise their children. So you have some grandparent responsibilities here. So that's why you should stay and listen to the podcast. Okay, so let's get into the answer. Listen, teenage years are hard. And I am raising 2 kids myself. They are 13 and 18, and I'm experiencing it firsthand right now. And the truth is, I have forgotten how I was when I was 13 or 18. I'll tell you 1 year, 19, I believe, that 1 year, age 19, I don't even remember anything that I have done or things that happened to me. And I was a good kid. So, what's the answer to this question? It's very simple. The brain is still developing. And the brain is developing at a level that it doesn't understand what's happening with it. There are so many other medical definitions to this, but then to keep it very simple, the brain is still developing. So as a parent, it's important for us to recognize that the brain is developing. And a developing brain is pretty complex. So it's doing things that are out of line, that aren't the same that used to be. So your kid was something like 2 days ago or yesterday, and today your kid is different. Tomorrow is going to be different. Every day is going to be different. And one of the things that teenagers do and display is they are listening less and less to their parents and more to their peers. The peers have more influence on them. Now, as a parent, what you are doing, you are getting secretly worried about your kid. And clearly, you might be thinking, the kid is avoiding studies, lying. At this point, what the parents do is they become authoritative. And they start to apply force. And they want to change the direction of how the things should happen. And should happen in a specific way. And they start to feel they're losing control. Now, I get this question and these questions, similar questions. And my answer to all this is, the very simple answer is, you're going to lose them by the time they hit 13. And then you get them back maybe around 23. So for about 10 years, you're going to completely lose them. Now, during this time, the kid continues to listen. They may not be attentive. They may not be giving you a response back that they are listening or they're following you, but they are. They are observing all the moves that you are making. They're there. They're not lost. But they are not going to give you any feedback yet, because they are under the influence of a brain that is developing. So, the suggestion here is don't be authoritative. And we have seen there is enough data now to show that if you become an authoritative parent, and authoritative has two different meanings. Authoritative in a way where you are giving feelings and you are giving structure, you're spending time and all, then the kids end up having more, they show more persistence with events in their life. If you become authoritative in a different way, where you are using force and you're using anger and rage as a method to control the outcome, then the kids become submissive, or they may revolt also, but submissive in most cases. And the net effect of that is they're going to be less persistent through events, whatever events they face in their life. So the choice is yours. Now, what do you have to do? I get this question. Well, the answer, what you should do is, I'm not asking you not to have conflict. I'm not asking you not to give direction. I'm not asking you not to intervene. Yes, you have to, but make sure that when you do have conflict, it's moderate, it's minimal. If you're having many conflicts, then I suggest that you go talk to an interventionist who specializes in family therapy and all that. Too many conflicts, not good. No conflict, not good. But what you need is moderate conflict. So the key to success here is that you listen more as a parent than speak, not be judgmental, not be dismissive, and trust the competence of your kid that they displayed when they were in their early years. So don't judge them by what's happening now, but judge them by what they did in the past. So use that frame in your mind, use that image in your mind, so that you do not start dismissing what they are doing. But again, I said that earlier, I don't want you to become worried secretly and not displaying that worry to your child. When you secretly get worried, then it's just a matter of time before you went out. And when you went, then now you are really affecting the dynamic. Every kid has a moment of passivity. And kids in general at that age, they have multiple moments of passivity throughout the day. And your job as a parent is to keep looking for that moments of passivity and speak to them so that whatever you say registers with them and stays with them. They acknowledge what you are saying, they agree to what you are saying, and they commit to what you are saying. Your job is to find. Now, if you find good teachers, then good teachers, really good teachers, they don't teach anything good, but then they can penetrate the mind. So that's why you need to have good teachers around. So always keep looking for good teachers. At the same time, always look for passive moments moments of passivity in your child where they are suggestive, they're listening, they're open. And you know, as a parent, you know exactly when your kid is taking in, listening and giving feedback and suggestive. Okay, so those are my thoughts. But again, I know you'll have more questions. If you do, then by all means text me back 888-818-0404. This is not a problem specifically to this question. Every individual goes through this. I wouldn't get worried about this. If you can afford, specifically if you can afford, and you have an opportunity where you can change the environment of your child. For example, you can change the school, you can change the neighborhood, you can change the classes, you can change the teachers, you can change who he or she talks to, then by all means as a parent you should do it. That which gives you a sense of security regarding your child, you should do it. But that's expensive, it's time taking, and sometimes parents choose not to make that change, which I completely understand and respect. But it depends how far you want to take this. But just this is a common behavior, it's a common pattern. Your child is not unique, and everything every parent at some point will lose their child and for sure will get back their child after those 7, 8 or 9 or 10 years. Okay, that's all for now on this podcast. As I said, if you have a question, text me 888-818-0404 and stay tuned and I will talk to you as early as tomorrow. Thank you. Bye now.